Hey everybody, it's Allison again, stlprostretch.com. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Follow up to my last video. This is going to be for calves and hamstrings at the wall. So if you've got wall space, I know it's hard to come by sometimes. I have a hard time finding it in my house. But sometimes the wall can be a really fun thing to use. So let's come over to the mat. And you may want to warm up your hamstrings a little bit. I'm gonna take 2 yoga blocks and I'm gonna make a little house. So I've got the first yoga block about 4 or 5 inches away from the wall, and my second yoga block is gonna go on top, and it's at a 45-degree angle, just tilted. Okay? I'm gonna put my hands on the wall. Make sure your hands are clean if you have white walls. Step back until you feel a little bit of a calf stretch. It doesn't have to be like I'm feeling a pretty intense calf stretch. You may not feel that much, but just step back until you feel a little bit of a calf stretch. I'm kind of Charlie Chaplin it a little bit. My toes are apart and my heels are together. So we want that first position dancer pose. I'm going to step forward with my right foot. I'm going to put the ball of my foot on that block and the heel is on the bottom. I'm pushing into the ball of the foot and I'm going to draw that hip away. You can kind of work in and out of this a little bit, pushing and drawing away. This isn't really a resistance stretch. It's just kind of a nice, it's not a resistance stretch, but it is, I would say, not really a passive stretch either, because we're pushing into the block. So there is a little bit of resistance taking place. And you just kind of hang out here as long as you want. If you're not feeling anything here, then bend your elbows and bring your chest closer to the wall. We want the back to be flat. If you round the back, you're going to lose all the stretch. If you don't have blocks, you can always use a foam roller. I will show you what that looks like. Right here. I just got the foam roller and I put it up against the wall and I'm going to put my toes on the foam roller or my heel on the floor or close to the floor. So that's another option. I do that a lot when I'm at the gym because I don't always have yoga blocks for people. So, oh look, I've already mucked up the walls. Oops. It's my husband that really gets on my case about that. And just kind of hang out here. And then you can switch sides whenever you're ready. Again, pushing the ball of my foot into the top block and the heel on the lower block. I'm going to push, kind of bringing this left hip back away from the wall, and then keeping that pressure on the block in the front. So it's kind of a dual. You got a hamstring stretch and a calf stretch in the back. So, they have compound exercises at the gym for strength. This would be a compound exercise for stretching. Again, you can bend and straighten. So I'm bringing the left hip away from the wall. I'm bringing the right hip toward the wall a little bit. And then if you're not feeling anything, again, you can take your chest toward the wall. And then I'm going to turn it around. We're going to do a downward dog and slide one foot up the wall. Unfortunately, I've got a painting right here, so I'm going to have to move my mat toward you a little bit. I think that should do it. Move the camera away just a little bit. And we're going to take a downward dog right up against the wall. So I'm going to lift my hips. My heels are going to be pretty close to the wall. I'm going to bring my big toes together, and I'm going to slide one foot up the wall. Now on the wall behind me, I've got my toes tucked under, so that would be probably the preference here, but you could do it either way. And I'm going to lift and lower the heel here. So this is kind of just like the dog that we do without the wall, but I've got the wall supporting my other leg, so it's a little bit easier. I think it's a little more intense. And then switch legs. So big toes together, slide the other foot up the wall. Again, I've got my toe tucked under, but you could do it this way if you wanted to. I feel like with the toe tucked under, it does kind of keep the integrity of the hips a little bit better. So what I mean by that is the hip naturally will want to open. If you point your toe, we don't really want that. We want to get this calf stretched out. So lift and lower. And with both of these stretches, you know that we're doing today, we can take it a little bit farther. You could walk yourself farther. You can walk yourself all the way into the splits. You're working on the splits. That's a really great way to do it. Anyway, those are two really great exercises to open up your hamstrings and your calves if they need it. Hopefully you'll get something out of this, and hopefully you'll use it. Until next time, bye-bye.